Awesome.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the WiCyS webinar. I am so pleased to be here with our Tier 1 strategic partner, Fortinet. We have Mel here representing the company and the organization and their strategic partnership. I've had the great pleasure of working with Mel now for 2 years? A little over 2 years.
It's gone so fast.
It has. Time has flied. It's time that we meet in person, but that we'll be patient and we'll let that happen. So
WiCyS Conference 2023.
That's right. That's right. It's right around the corner. So we're super excited to be here today to be talking about a program that Fortinet just launched with us recently. We opened up applications on Monday, and it's the WiCyS Fortinet NSE4 Certification Summer Bootcamp. So it's very exciting, and we'll be going over the entire program, what it's all about, and what WiCyS members will be getting out of it. But first, let me just review a little bit about the WiCyS organization. My name is Lynn Dome. I'm Women in Cybersecurity Executive Director. We often go by our acronym, WiCYS, and we pronounce it WiCyS like we sisters, because that's exactly what we are. We are a cyber sisterhood. And our mission is to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity. We have over 5,700 members, representation in over 70 countries. We also have 49 professional affiliates, and professional affiliates are mini WiCyS organizations. They're either regionally, corporate, or specialty affiliates. And they're all throughout Africa, Australia, Canada, France, India, Pakistan, the UK, and throughout the United States. And then we also have these specialty affiliates, WiCyS Artificial Intelligence, Critical Infrastructure. We have data privacy and cybersecurity law. We have cloud security. We have Pride, LGBTQ plus community. We have WiCyS neurodiversity, WiCyS military, WiCyS BISO, and so many others. On top of that, we also have 170 student chapters, and that number is growing strong. So because our mission is to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity, we do so by creating opportunities. And we have many different initiatives. The skill development training program is one of those initiatives, and we're going to be talking about that and how Fortinet is making a contribution for our community to make the Fortinet NSE4 certification summer camp happen. We also have an online member forum where all our members can network and connect. We issue out scholarship grants and awards not only for our conference, but for other conferences as well, which, by the way, our conference will be coming up March 16th through the 19th in Denver, Colorado, and that will be in 2023. So very exciting, and call for participation and scholarships. All that opens up September 5th. So keep that on your radar. We have a cyber talent emergency fund so that our students can, if they have a true medical emergency or they can't afford their rent or their car breaks down, we don't want anything to derail them from their studies. So they could apply and receive up to $599 within 48 hours so that they could overcome those financial burdens. We have speaking and media opportunities so our members can be what others can see, and that's the cybersecurity professionals they are. We have apprenticeship programs, internship programs, leadership summits, leadership series, leadership workshops. We also have support for our veterans and military spouses. We have a speakers bureau that's going to be relaunched, and we have some strategic partners working on that right now, and a mentor-mentee program designed to upskill and up-level women no matter where they're at, preparing them for their next level of advancement. Right now, we have 850 mentees and 250 mentors in that program. All that is thankfully monitored and involved with our Equity Advocacy Committee. They were formerly known as a Racial Equity Committee, and now it's Equity Advocacy Committee, to ensure that WiCyS as a nonprofit organization is not only leading with equity and allyship and inclusion externally, but internally as well. So with that, we owe it all to special thanks of our strategic partners, and our Tier 1 partners are AWS, Bloomberg, Carnegie Mellon Software Engineering Institute, Cisco, Fortinet, Google, Intel, Lockheed Martin, Meta, Microsoft, Optum, Sandia National Labs, and SentinelOne, and so many others. So today, the purpose of today's discussion is that we have Mel, we have Fortinet. We're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about the NSE4 certification. But most importantly, it's an opportunity for you, if you're curious, like, how does this program play a part in your life? This is your time to ask those questions. And Mel and I might not know all the answers, but we will certainly find out and get back to you more. So we are going to take all those questions. And if you're new to the WiCyS organization, we encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter and become a member. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end my slides right there. And I'm going to show Mel and our faces again. It's always so much more engaging instead of looking at a slide deck. But I just want to explain to a little bit of the folks that have entered this conversation, maybe not necessarily knowing the history between WiCyS and Fortinet. But before Mel dives into the actual Fortinet piece in the program itself, I just want to explain that Fortinet came to us about 2.5 years ago as a tier 3 strategic partner. And it was more of like an exploratory, like, hey, we hear a lot about the WiCyS organization. Let's just test the waters, see how things go, and see the different types of ways of engagement. Well, fortunately, our community really had a lot of member benefits that came from the Fortinet collaboration. Fortinet received a lot of benefits as well from the collaboration. I mean, we saw a lot of great challenges that were being hurdled, and we were doing a lot of brainstorm sessions. There was a lot of collaboration with us as a nonprofit organization and Fortinet as a company corporate sponsor and supporter of the organization with their strategic partnership. And so recently, they came on as a tier 1 strategic partner. And one of the partner benefits of being a tier 1 partner is doing something above and beyond, and also doing another additional program within the WiCyS org. And so that's where Mel went back to her team and came back with the WiCyS Fortinet NSE4 certification summer camp. And the purpose of this program is the WiCyS member benefit. There's no additional charge to our WiCyS members. And it's to bridge that gap, is to create an inclusive learning environment that has a cohort setting where you have access not only to the courses, but you have access to technical mentors to encourage you and bring you every step of the way. You'll have access to the labs and also will receive your voucher. And on top of that, Fortinet has also funded 5 WiCyS 2023 conference scholarships that will be coming out of this, in addition to the actual Fortinet team looking at the 100 individuals that are selected to be a part of this program. They're going to look at them for potential employment opportunities. So really, it is bridging that gap from WiCyS members to strategic partners, building and growing and developing and enhancing the skills that you have to leverage yourself in your careers, but also to grow your network, expand your connections, and perhaps potentially be hired from it as well, or be a part of the WiCyS conference through a scholarship too. So incredible program, super thrilled to launch it. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic on over to Mel, and she could take it from here.
Wonderful. You always get me so excited when you talk about our partnership. I love it. I love it. So if we could bring up the slides, I'll introduce everyone to Fortinet and then go into some research that we had done around certifications earlier this year, and then we can answer any questions that anyone has. So if you go to the first slide, Fortinet, as you probably guessed, is a leader in cybersecurity. We are a very proud partner of WiCyS. We do a lot around women in cybersecurity. We know that the numbers are still way too low. We look for partnerships where we can make a difference, as Lynn had said, and certainly when we met WiCyS, we saw that this was a action-driven organization, which is incredible. Who got things done and really advocated for women in cybersecurity. So we really wanted to be a big part of that. And therefore, as she said, our timeline for increasing our partnership for WiCyS and all of that. So it's wonderful to be in industry with a partner like WiCyS. Our mission as a cybersecurity leader is to secure people, devices, and data everywhere. And the next 2 slides will kind of show you how we do that. Fortinet has been fortunate to see a lot of growth in the last couple of years, sometimes even outpacing industry averages for growth for organizations in this industry, which we're very proud of. We're also the only cybersecurity vendor to be on both the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500, which again, we're proud of that, and have a growth plan to continue what we've been seeing these last, I'll say a few years, because it's really ramped up in the last few years, but over the last 20 years, really. I also like to tell people that obviously a global company, we have over 1,200 patents globally, over 10,000 employees, and growing daily, it feels like, in every organization. I think the worldwide customer number right now is over the 600,000 mark. And our firewall shipments are certainly up there at the top. I have another slide later on that will show you how far we are in terms of shipping our firewall. I know WiCyS is global, as Lynn mentioned, so I wanted to show this slide. We have dev centers, support centers, and centers of excellence all around the globe. It's so wonderful to work for a global organization as well. We take advantage of timelines sometimes with projects to get things done. Just meeting our customers from around the world at our last conference as well was wonderful. So it's just such a strong global community that we've developed, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. I like adding this slide because I think we should be really particular, especially these days, on the partners and companies that we work for and work with. Fortinet has been very transparent in all that we're trying to do for corporate social responsibility. We talk about cybersecurity risks to society. We talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion a lot. Business ethics is always front and center, and product environmental impacts. These are 4 areas where Fortinet is really doubling down and trying to make a difference and putting it out there. We've pledged publicly to be carbon neutral by 2030, which is a huge impact, and starting with our headquarters building in Sunnyvale, California. And we've also pledged at the end of last year to train 1 million people by the year 2026, and going out to our partners to help us reach individuals, keeping an eye on equity and inclusion and diversity as well. So making sure that we're reaching all populations when we're talking about this training 1 million people. So getting a bit into the technology, we have what's called the Fortinet Security Fabric, and this is something, it's a mesh architecture, and this is something that we've been working on for years now, and Gartner has just started coming out talking about mesh architectures and the importance of that. So we were really happy to be ahead of the curve on that. It really allows for a lot of integrations with other solutions, and for you to have best of breed of products for no matter what solution or product that you're looking for. If we go to the next slide, it shows our ecosystem and why this mesh architecture is so important. We connect with over 500 best-in-class solutions around the world, again, through fabric connectors and APIs, but we also have over 200 partners, I believe it is, that help us with threat intelligence sharing as well. So these include the World Economic Forum Center for Cybersecurity. I'm just reading from my list here: Cyber Threat Alliance, NATO, Europol, MITRE, and others as well. So really taking a look at all aspects of our partnerships and ecosystems when we think about our products roadmaps. This was the slide I was referring to before. So this is the deployment of our firewall shipments around the world. As you can see, we're quite above where our competitors are, and that says a lot. So I think, and this is the training, the firewall, NSE4 is on our next generation firewall. So no matter if you're with an organization who has the Fortinet solutions, or it's a partner that has, or they have partner solutions, it's really important to get this training. It will help you wherever you are, wherever you're going. And I like to say, and we always talk about our training, yes, it is product training centric, but more importantly, we're teaching you on our own solutions, but you're learning best practices for the role that would be responsible for that solution. You're learning the key aspects, the skills that would be needed. You can take what you learn in our training and apply it to other vendors as well, but you'll also become that Fortinet product expert. So that's why I'm just so proud of our training, because it is more than just product training for sure. You walk away with those skills after you've done your certification. Gartner, we follow Gartner like everybody else. So it's great to say that we are in 8 Magic Quadrants and 11 market guides. So our PMs work a lot on these things, but they're important to us to get that third-party validation. We're also the only vendor, or cybersecurity vendor, to be in both the Magic Quadrant and the next generation firewall. So I can sit here and tell you all day that we're great and we're doing good things and that it's well respected in the market, but these Magic Quadrants and market guides really tell you as well that others are thinking that. And then the Fortinet Training Institute, so that's the department that I work for. It's also the department that really supports a lot of our corporate social responsibility efforts that I was talking about before. We do the training and certification for our customers and partners, but also through the programs that we've developed to make sure that we're reaching all populations. So really supporting women, minorities, veterans, and we include students in that as well. So, you know, when we're talking to WiCyS, just all of what was important to us is also important to the WiCyS organization, and that's why I think we also make such a strong partnership. The certification program, you see, we have over 900,000 certifications. We're going to hit that million mark this fall, so you're going to see some promotion from us when that comes out. We're really going to celebrate that million, and that's million to date. And separate from training 1 million people over the next 5 years, which is important to us. You see that our NSE certification has 8 levels and four different aspects to those. NSE4 is in the technical row, that second row from the bottom. After our NSEs usually get their NSE4, they sometimes go on to NSE5 and 6 to learn about other security products, or some can also advance to NSE7, where it's a more advanced training where you learn how to architect multiple solutions within your network. So people usually choose different paths. You can go, although the numbers are linear, you can take them however you want. And then, of course, our NSE8 is our top level, which really shows your expertise within the industry. And I should mention, too, that we're part of ISC Squared's CISSP program. So if you take our training, I believe it's for every hour of training you take, you get 1 credit with that program with ISC Squared. So if you're a member there, this will benefit you as well. And then we'll go on to the next one. So this is, Lynn's gone through this. You'll get access to the training. We'll tell you it's a 4-hour-a-week commitment. We'll give you the milestones that you'll meet. You'll have access to free online. Everything is free. So I'll stop saying free because it's all free for you. Access to the online labs. You can set up 30-minute coaching sessions with trainers if you need help. We're going to have a Fuse community set up so you can get help from other students and get access to all of the content and all the supporting documentation. We will give you a free exam voucher, which you should use in the following month after this. So in October, to book your exam, you can do that both virtually or in person, whatever suits your needs with Pearson VUE, but that's all free. Our goal is to get you from learning, from the training, all the way to certification so that you can put that on your resume and really differentiate yourself. And the data I'll show you at the end from our report kind of backs that up on why it's important to get your certification. And we just want to tell you guys that this whole program for you is in excess of $100,000. We're giving it to you for free. Again, Fortinet is doubling down on everything we're doing to get people trained and to work with our partners. So this is for you, all of it, no charge. And I hope you guys take advantage of this because we think we've put together a good program for you to get you through from start of training to certification in those 10 weeks, which will be great. And I'll just mention there are 3 parts to this training. There's the FortiGate security, the FortiGate infrastructure. Both those are online courses, so they're self-paced, but we will give you, as we said, the course curriculum so you can stay up and do your 4 hours per week. And then the last bit is an immersion. It's a do-it-yourself lab environment where you're in there configuring and doing everything you need to do. And that's really to get you prepped up for that certificate, to write your certification exam. If you can get through that, you can pass the certification exam, no problem. And we're there to hold your hand. Hold your hand sounds, we don't need to hold your hand, but we're there to coach you along the way with our professional trainers if needed. So this is the last bit I wanted to go into. So we ran a cybersecurity skills gap survey earlier this year. We went out to, I think it was over 1,200 cybersecurity professionals around the globe, unknown to us. We used a third party for this research, and some of the findings were really incredible. They talk about, if we go to the next slide, I'll just show you a few of them. On the top layer, we talk about breaches. 61% had 1 to 4 breaches in the last 12 months. Another 19% had 5 or more breaches. So that's a total of 80% of the companies that we talked to had at least 1 breach in the last 12 months. They talk about 67% of the leaders thought that a lack in the skills gap was sorry, stumbling over this one because it still is boggling to my mind that 61% felt that it was a lack of skills of their organization or their employees that led to an increased risk for their organization. So that's another statement that training and certification is definitely needed. In the green box, 89% of those organizations also had diversity goals. So, I mean, we polled them about that. That's something that's important to us that we're working on as well with our partners. So we wanted to know how many, what are your plans for hiring women? What are your plans for hiring minorities? What are your plans for hiring veterans? And we included students in on that too, because we really want to be bringing in those new individuals into the industries to help close that cybersecurity skills gap. Now, the bottom line is, the bottom row is where we asked specifically about certifications. So 95% felt that a certification had positively impacted themselves if they had the certification or someone on their team. They noticed a difference in the individuals or themselves post-certification. 91% said they would pay for an employee to get a certification. We're offering this all for free, so you don't even have to ask your organization for the budget to do this. We're giving it to you for free. You just have to ask them maybe for the 4 hours a week to complete your training that week, to keep up, or do it on your own time as well. But certainly I'm hoping that organizations will support you in this because it certainly will benefit them. And then 8 in 10 have said that they're looking to hire people who have technology focused certification. So this really will differentiate you in your job search or job transition or whatever it might be where you are in your careers. And it was interesting to say that 81% were looking for certifications, but also 78% said that they were hard to find people with these certifications at times. So it's certainly a differentiator for you. So I wanted to share that data because when all the stats came back, our team was just not thrilled to see these numbers, but certainly thrilled to acknowledge that what we had been thinking in the industry was in fact valid, and that these certifications are needed and helpful within the industry as well. And they're what's going to combat these breaches and combat our cyber criminals and protect our networks as well. So that's what it came back with.
Okay. Wonderful. It's a lot of information.
A lot of information.
That is so good. So thank you so much for going all over that. I learned a lot about Fortinet with you going over that. So that was really, really helpful. And so now we could launch into questions about the training program. But Mel, I wanted to mention, so for everyone that has joined us, you could go to WiCyS.org, and under training programs, you could see the Fortinet training program is there. So check out the information on the webpage. The application is open, and there's a couple things that we're looking at. There is a prerequisite. And so Mel, do you want to talk a little bit about, I mean, we have it outlined on the website, but do you want to just speak a little bit about the folks that if you don't have this, then get that first, and then you could apply maybe to a future Fortinet WiCyS program that we put together. But for now, we do have a prerequisite.
Absolutely. So it is technical training. If you remember back the triangle chart I showed you of the certification levels, this is technical training. So having some kind of network infrastructure background or knowledge would be very helpful. If you have other certifications, certainly in IT or networking, then that will help you out. If you're just new to the organization or new to the industry rather, then getting some knowledge on network security and networking would be beneficial first, because again, you are working directly with the products, learning the skills for those roles. And certainly some of our NSEs have told us they don't have degrees, they don't, have diplomas. They've gone and they've done technical training, got network infrastructure courses and done that, and then gone into certifications, and they've built their career that way. That's not the norm, but we do have a lot of people that have done that. But you do, if you want to do well in the NSE4 training and certification, you should have a bit of that background. And there's a little bit more detail and examples on the WiCyS page for you. And that shouldn't take you too long. And if this goes well, maybe we'll do it again. So don't count yourself out yet.
That's right. And we love how all the programs are the opportunities to explore and learn more. And for you as WiCyS members to know what kind of opportunities are on the table. And then if you need to explore and get that kind of networking under your belt and then come back to a future training program, now you know kind of that route to get there. So we have some great questions that are coming in. And this one's really good. Is there eligibility rule? Does one have to be in the US to apply for this? So Mel?
You do not. We are a global company. WiCyS is a global organization. We will accept anybody from around the world. And we have trainers around the world as well to support you in your time zones. Obviously, you have to schedule that and figure out the time that works for you, but we have the support in place for you for this program.
Beautiful. Okay, so for whom is the NSE4 a good choice for?
So as we said, anybody who has an IT or networking background, it doesn't have to be years and years of experience, but just understand that position. You can do this. You can absolutely do this.
Great. And then there's another question that we have answered on our website. So I'm going to put the link here in the announcement. So it's on the bottom of your screen, everyone that's joining, so that you could just go right to the website and read it for yourself. But it talks a little bit about those prerequisites. Now, for us, it is a program designed and developed for 100 WiCyS members. The reason is because we want the cohort to communicate. That is a very important skill set in and of itself, is on a cybersecurity team to have that communication, to collaborate, and to be able to have access. Those one-on-ones are really unique here. So anyone that gets accepted to be in this program is going to get a scheduling link to get access to those technical mentors. And so we want to make sure that we're able to accommodate the 100 so we could follow them through the coursework, which is, 4 hours is really reasonable time. You could fit that in on a Saturday morning. You could fit that in just an hour a night after your work week. Those are the ways that for anyone to level up their skill set. But we want to make sure that we're moving everyone along. We have a program manager on spot. But eligibility or enrollment is available for 100 WiCyS members. And so on the application, we do have the prerequisite about the networking, but we also have like a little essay area there too about how would this training program impact your life. And we truly look at that. I mean, I know some might not think that we don't look at that, but in any application that we would do, that is a critical piece for us to kind of build out that equity for all and really level up others in their skill sets. So take a look at that, but I'll put that in the link right here. So the next question is I've been in threat intel analyst for 3 years and have 2 Splunk certifications. Would that count? And I don't know if you know. Okay.
I do believe it would. I think, yeah, if you feel comfortable working in an IT environment, that certainly gives you a lot of intel. You've known threats. You're very knowledgeable. I would say you can do this.
Great. Another question came in that asked, do you have to be a WiCyS member to do this? And yes, it is a WiCyS member benefit. Our strategic partners support us as a nonprofit year-round basis, and they're able to build up these programs for our WiCyS members. So if you haven't done so already, you go to WiCyS.org, and one of the tabs is the Join tab, and you could become a member there. And our membership, it's an annual membership. You get access to everything of WiCyS. So any training program, mentor-mentee program, speakers bureau, you have access to all that. And then you would be able to apply for this program. So I recommend that you do that right away, so that you could then go right into application, because the application windows, like all WiCyS programs, we don't keep them open for that long. This one closes July 12th. So you really want to don't delay filling out the application. It's a short application, and hop at it.
And I will just say, even just the voucher, the exam voucher, that's a value of $400. Your membership is less than that, I believe, isn't it? For the year?
Oh yeah,
I think 99 or something like that.
95 for a professional, 40 for a faculty, and then we have 20 for students, and I think there's even other options there available too.
So sign up for that, and then you get all the Fortinet program for free. It's worth it. You're saving.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always up for a bargain.
I know. Same here. Same here. Okay, could you please share a link for the registration? You should see it at the bottom of your announcements. I just put in the announcements. So if you don't see it, let me know. Thank you for this informational webinar. What particular type of cybersecurity jobs is the NSE4 designed to assist with? That's a good question.
Yeah, so all security roles, depending on the products you take. So NSE4 would be the core FortiGate product. That certainly would get you on an IT security team. As I said, NSE5 and 6 deal with different products, FortiMail, FortiSIM, there's a whole bunch of them. We have training associated with them all. As you go higher then, and when we talk to our NSE, I'll call them NSE graduates or certified individuals, and if you saw the levels, like the NSE4 was the technical level, so that will cover all of our products. Then up to NSE7, people have gotten promotions and raises and things. And if you go to our skills gap report, we've asked that question as well, how they've benefited from certifications. But that helps people get promotions and raises as well. And then, of course, our NSE8 level as well. So we interview them. We have a lot of spotlights on our blog posts on our website, and we interview our NSEs and ask them how certifications have helped them. We've gotten like a whole bunch of responses. They're all in line with helping both the organization. So if they're a partner and they work as a consultant, then they've gotten customers because they're NSE certified. People trust that certification. So they've said, we wouldn't have gotten this tier 1 customer if we didn't have this one person certified on our team, or we wouldn't be where we are as an organization. And then from an individual perspective, they get promotions and things and are able to be leaders amongst their peers and help others. And they all have said they encourage their teams and others in their organizations to get those certifications as well. They're just really good markers to show the industry that you have that knowledge.
That's amazing. Are students considered if we have networking knowledge? That's a really good question too.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right. That was an easy one. Easy answer. Someone says they don't see it. They don't see my announcement. I'm looking at my announcement. It says that it's displayed to the live audience. So it should be on the bottom of your page.
Oh, mine's on this. Oh, no, that's chat. Sorry.
Or is it?
Oh, I see it under the little talking bubble with the exclamation mark. Mine was on the side though, Lynn. Maybe it's on the side for others.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to keep looking around your screen right now. Normally it's like a ticker on the bottom of the screen where it says learn more here. But if you need, if you're looking for where more information about the program is, you go to WiCyS.org. So WiCYS.org. And then the tabs along the top, and it has training programs. And then from there's the Fortinet dropdown from the training program. So you could access it from there. So hopefully you get it. Okay. When can I find out we get accepted into the program? On that tab that I'm sharing and on the WiCyS website, it has a breakdown, a whole timeline. So it is July 14th. I believe we send out acceptance notifications, and it is a 10-week program. Oh, and it looks like we don't have the full timeline on the website. So we'll make sure that we update that, but it is a 10-week program. July 18th is actually when we kick off the program. From there, it's 10 weeks. We encourage you to commit to 4 hours a week. Then I believe in October sometime is the availability for you to take your certification. We want you to complete the certification. We gave you like 3 or 4 week window to get that done. And then from there, we will randomly select the WiCyS 2023 scholarship recipients. Will also provide next steps for potential employment opportunities. Like all the conversation stems from that point. So the purpose of this program is to get you to start, to study, to stay steady, and to keep moving forward and complete the certification at the end. And then comes with the different parts from there. So other than the NSE4, are there any other training programs? WiCyS offers all sorts of different training programs, but Fortinet, and we have some launching this summer, some launching in the fall. We roll them out like rapid fire. So if you haven't subscribed to our website or our newsletters, please subscribe. That's also on our website. There's a subscribe button there. So subscribe to that information. But Fortinet has all sorts of different training programs as well. So you could reach out to Mel and ask her more about the Fortinet offerings too. So if you already applied, is there any way, if you already applied and update your statement, like that essay part that we put in there, you could reach out to info@wicys.org and they'll direct you to the right individuals that will assist you in making any changes. Now let me take a look here. Please talk a little bit more about the exam. Is it closed or open book? How many questions? How long is the exam? I don't know if you know that information, Mel.
Oh, I don't. I know, and I should, because we're just renewing our brochure that goes over all of our training. If they could send me an email, I can guess at it right now. I do believe it's 2-hour exam. They have it both proctored online as well as in person through Pearson VUE. And I don't know how many questions. I'll have to apologize on that, but I can get that information and get that to whoever asked that.
No worries. You can't know it all, Mel.
Oh, I wish I did.
Our brains can only handle so much. So with all the moving pieces of all the things we're involved in.
But I know Shelly's going to get me after this. Shelly, I know you're on this call. I know I should know this. We just reviewed it 100 times in the brochure. I'm so sorry. She's rhyming it off in her head right now. I know it.
That's hilarious. Well, she could put it in the, the question.
Put it in the chat. Yes.
Yeah, and then we'll let everyone know. So there we go. Someone says, thank you for sharing. So you're so welcome. We're thrilled that Fortinet is here with us, launching this program with us. So we're very grateful for that. If I am not selected, is it possible to stay connected in the Slack or communication channel to learn that way? Probably not. This is the first time we're running a program like this, and we are going to be giving those selected access to this Fuse community. So, and then, there's other things that are associated with that, but it's not to say that you can't get connected and learn in other ways, or that we won't make that available. I'm glad that now it's on our radar that this is a way that you're interested in learning more. So now we could consider doing something like this in the future. All right. Let me see here, talk a little bit. I am a 60-year-old woman that has been in tech support and software QA for the past 20 years. I want to build my skill set. Do I qualify for your program? And that is a big heck yeah, in my eyes, if you have the networking. So
first of all, you, 100%, keep it up. I love, Lynn, when you said keep moving. That's such a motto in life, that standing still is it's just not a good place to be. Always moving forward. If you move the wrong way, you adjust and move another way, but just keep moving. So I love that you said that. And I agree. Heck yeah. You have the experience. Don't doubt yourself. You can do this.
Yep. Fill out the application. Just fill it out today. Get it going, because July 12th will be here so quickly. And then it will be on your radar, and you'll be like, if you miss the window, you'll be disappointed. It's a short enrollment application. All right. So we answered, and I believe the notifications then go out July 14th. Will these Fortinet certifications help me protect critical infrastructure like water sector process logic controllers?
Yeah. So we also, in NSE 7, we also have an OT certification, which might be even more applicable to you, but we certainly suggest before NSE 7 that you do some of the technical training. So this would certainly help you get there as well. And it will help.
Great. Someone mentioned that they took a screenshot of the survey gap slide for later viewing. Is extremely knowledgeable and informative for students like me starting out in the field. Is it okay to share the info on LinkedIn for awareness to others?
Yes.
Yes. And link them to the WiCyS Fortinet training program and bring awareness to it. You know, all those that get accepted, they're going to receive a digital badge. They're going to get recognition for the time and attention that they're putting into themselves so that others can see how they're progressing and advancing in their careers and the time and attention that everyone's putting into themselves to level up their skill set. So the more information that you could share on LinkedIn and social media and tagging WiCyS, tag myself, tag Mel, you know, and Fortinet, the better for all. Someone is new to the industry and recently earned a CompTIA ITF Plus and Network Plus certification. With that, suffice as a prereq.
Yep.
Beautiful. Shelly's listening.
Oh.
2-hour exam, not open book.
I said 2 hours. Okay. Thank you, Shelly. Not open book. No, yes, I should have responded to that. It is not open book. Correct.
Yes. Someone mentioned that they're happy about this, and then another person said that they're inspired, and another person said that they already shared. So Yahoo, this is wonderful. This is great. This is exactly what we wanted, is to have this opportunity, just information to give you and answer your questions. So, and then someone else put their email in here that they wanted us to send them the information. So I'm going to pull that right now, and I'll start an email. And after we get off this call, I'll just send you the link directly. But I think that we have answered all the questions that came out. They were all excellent questions, so very good. And if there's anything else, feel free to reach out to info@wicys.org. Feel free to connect with Mel on LinkedIn and to continue the conversation. But that's a wrap. Mel, do you have any last words that you want to leave the audience with?
I'm just so excited to kick this off on the 18th. I hope you all apply. I hope you all get in, and we'll certainly enjoy working with you over the next 10 weeks if you do.
Great. So, well, thank you for sharing part of your afternoon with the WiCyS org, with the Fortinet strategic partner of ours, with Mel. It's always a pleasure. I love our time together. So, anyone else, you just feel free to just reach out. So that is a wrap, everyone. Have a lovely afternoon. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.